And hello again, Yonkers. This is CEO Tyrone Glover coming to you again live for our update for the pushback. The pushback is always pushing back to help you get what you need in this crazy situation that we're dealing with when it comes to this person in the White House. Again, my name is Tyrone Glover. I'm the CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. I'm going to have to step away for just 1 second. I am watching MSNBC. I'm watching The Beat. Ari, you got to have me on, son. I don't know what's going on. You deal with all of these high elite status individuals in the rap world and all of your correspondents and pundits who come to do a little bit of the throwback. I want to throw back with you. Come on, Ari. MSNBC, help me out. I watch you. I'm a loyal fan all the time. But give me 1 second. I got to step away for a minute. I got to turn down my man Ari, The Beat, so that you guys can hear me. So my apologies that I wasn't prepared and ready to do this at the beginning. So hold on. So, all right. I'm back again. And again. This is CEO Tyrone Glover, and I'm coming to you live from Yonkers, New York. This is the city that I love and respect and appreciate. Look outside my window right here. This is the city of Yonkers. I know you're seeing a little bit of my background, my door, and a couple other things, but this is my city. This is where I live. This is what I call home. Born and raised right here in Yonkers, New York. Love this place. Always got to give my shout out to my CYI, Yonkers, born and raised product right here. I always support my Yonkers individuals. All these local businesses, schools, everyone, y'all need to get on board. CYI Hats is doing it, making it happen. Also give a shout out to Thruway Insurance, Antonio Kenyatta. If you guys are looking for a way to increase how you're saving and which areas you should be saving in, you gotta go see Antonio Kenyatta. He's right here in the square, and his business is called Thruway Insurance. Go see this individual. He is brilliant. He's brilliant. As I'm passionate about credit, he is equally passionate about making sure that you have what you need in your wallet to be able to extend the longevity of what you're working so hard for. All right? Got to give a shout out to Jada Kiss and Juice for Life. Jada, love you, family. Love you. Appreciate you immensely. Always out there doing this thing, making sure that the community has, making sure that the family has, making sure that everybody's doing the right thing. So Kiss, I love you. I appreciate you. Everybody get out there and do your part, because if you're not juicing it, you're not living properly. If you're not putting those good nutritions in your body, you're not living properly. So get on over to Nepperhan Juice for Life. I know they got a new location. I believe it's in Mount Vernon. And get out there and juice it up. Come on, people. We're doing all of the things that we should be doing, but we're not doing everything that we must be doing. So get out there, juice it up. Go see my man, Antonio Kenyatta. Definitely hook it up with CYI. Yonkers Public Schools. Doing your thing out there. Making it happen for these kids. I appreciate it. Dr. Kansada. Give out a shout out to my friend, Greg Joyner. Give a shout out to the school that I'm currently at right now, substituting. School 18, Scholastics Academy, doing its thing, making it happen. Dr. White and that staff over there, Miss Hyde, Mr. Diaz, Miss Baker, 2 Miss Bakers. So out there making it happen. Thank you so much. Those schools are really doing their best to boost those numbers, to make sure that these students have what they need. So I thank all the schools. Gordon High School was the kick-off for Yonkers Young Entrepreneurs, and I can't thank Gordon High School enough, under the leadership of Ms. Joyner, who really helped me really with that understanding and making sure that I was doing things the right way for her students, and I can't thank her enough, because without her, I would have never been able to do what I'm doing right now. So thank you so much, Gordon High School. Continue to keep thriving. I had the opportunity of being the person that I am in several schools. So all of those schools who have had the pleasure of meeting Mr. Glover and allowing me to come into your facilities and your business, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a phone call from my niece. I know she's probably looking for me, wondering where I am, but I'm doing my thing. My thing is making sure that I can get out there and talk to the public. I will definitely call her back, not at this time, because right now it's all about you, Yonkers. The pushback is doing what it needs to be doing. And we're going to talk about a couple of things that we always talk about. We talk about politics. We talk about healthcare. We talk about money. We talk about finance. We talk about banking. We talk about all of these things that you must be doing. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You must do this now. You must get out in front of your circumstances and situations, because if you don't, you can clearly see that the government, employer, they're not doing it for you. I'm going to have to pause you for a second while I take this phone call. My sincerest apologies. Yo. I'm at home. I need an hour. That's fine. How's that? I absolutely positive. You got it, that's fine. All right. All right, I'm sorry about that. But I am the world's greatest uncle. And I'm going to tell you right now why I'm the world's greatest uncle. Because I got two individuals that I love to death. Actually, I got a family of nephews and nieces that I love them all. But there's two of them in my immediate all the time. And that is Jax, the baby model. And that is Story. Love, who I appreciate both of them. I love them all of them. I might not mention them all the time, but I love them all. Mike, Lele, Ayana, Malia, Tyleek, Madison, Major. There's another one on the way. I know I'm forgetting some, and I do apologize, but for the most part, I love all my nephews and nieces. I wish I could spend a lot of time with all of them, but for the most part, I spend a lot of time with Story and Jax because they're literally right up the street from where I am. Appreciate them all, love them all, and I'm going to be that world's greatest uncle for all of them. But as I was saying, talking about those things that we should be doing. Folks, if you are not paying attention to your financial understandings, you're missing out. You're missing out. I'm going to tell you right now, as Leverage Credit Recovery is on this planet to help and make sure that you are set up for everything that you need to do. Everything. We are ready to do what you must be doing. We'll set you up with an action plan. We'll focus on making sure you deliver, we deliver. And then once you're in that position where you can transition over to my friend Antonio Kenyatta at Thruway, we're going to make sure that we can move you over successfully. Everyone should be thinking about, if my money's not working for me, who's it working for? And I always give Samuel L. a little bit of pushback also, because he's always on, not he's always on, but the advertisement is always on TV. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? Capital One. What's in your wallet? What's in your wallet? Well, I can tell you what's in your wallet. Capital One's hands is in your wallet. That's what's in your wallet. Discovery is now doing some of this match or match every dollar. When you spend, they'll match every dollar. But no, that's a gimmick. There's our gimmicks. Please don't get brought up into the gimmicks, because the gimmicks don't work. If you're a business, Granted, if you're spending $25, $30, $40, $50,000 a month, then that works towards you. But if you're a normal consumer and you're just doing your grocery shopping, you might put a little gas on there. You might take the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend or whatever out to do whatever it is that you need to be doing. Then that's not really beneficial to you. It's not really giving you enough. I had a client tell me a couple of weeks back that it took her almost a year just to get 20 bucks. So come on, stop getting bored into the gimmicks of cashback, miles, points, and all that other stuff that they're trying to throw at you. Stop it. It's really not worth it. Okay? So it's not that I'm coming down on all of these financial institutions like Discovery, like MasterCard, Visa, American Express. I'm not coming down on them. I'm just setting the record straight. They've been gouging, taking advantage. Lending institutions have been taking advantage of ill-informed consumers, uneducated in the manner in which they should be educated when it comes to financial understandings and products and services. You can get what you want. You just got to make sure your credit profile is up to par. If it's not up to par, you'll still get it, but you'll be paying a much higher interest rate. So I'm really, really stressing the fact that you got to talk to somebody who knows credit. Talking to a lending institution, they don't really know credit. They know how to give you something that might put you in jeopardy, but they're not going to protect you. They're not going to take care of you. Just like I've already mentioned when it comes to your employer and when it comes to the government. Your employer is going to do the bare minimum for you. They're going to give you a salary. They barely may train you, but they're going to give not a salary. They're going to give you a wage. And if you're in the upper echelon, they're going to give you a salary. But first and foremost, they're going to give you a wage. And they won't take care of you. They're going to give you a wage. They're barely going to train you. And if they do train you well enough, they're going to hold you to these expectations that they themselves are not even meeting. So it's important to understand your audience. If you're an employee, your audience is your employer. If you're an employer, your audience is the employee. And you have a vast audience if you're an employer. You have your vendors. That's your audience. You have your consumer. That's your audience. You have your upper management. That's your audience. And you have your employees. That's your audience. So you're spread across the board rather very thin, and you got to meet all those expectations. So as an employer, I get you. I understand you. I worked for 28 years in corporate America. So I know you probably better than you know yourself. And when it comes to the employees, I know you guys inside, out, up, down, left, right. It doesn't matter. I know the employee better than the employee knows themselves. 28 years working for corporate America in 19 different companies. And a variety of them were Fortune 500 companies. So I can tell you things that you probably don't want to hear, and I can tell you things that you definitely do want to hear if you want to prolong your existence with working with corporate America. So I'm not here to sugarcoat it. I'm not here to put anything out there that's not true. What I'm actually here to do is give you information that is going to help you with your understanding financially, educationally, personally, health-wise, and get you into a realm of where you need to be making proper decisions. At this particular point, with what we got going on in this White House, you need to be making decisions that are beneficial, not just to the outside sources, but also beneficial to your economy, internal economy. You gotta make it work for you. All of us are participating in the external economy. Yes, that's why the Dow is so high. The Dow, I believe right now, if I'm looking at it, the Dow is roughly somewhere around, let's see what the Dow is right now. The Dow today closed at 27,000. Now, since Trump been in office, I believe the Dow has been hovering between 25 and 27. So what significance has he really done for the Dow? Really, not much. Not much. He's not doing much for those. When you think about President Obama, when he came in, the Dow was at 60, I believe it's 6,000. Somewhere in that range, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, somewhere in that range. And he brought it all the way up to what? I think it was 20 before he left out, if not higher. I could be off, but again, that's where you come into play. Push back on my information. If I'm giving you something or I'm putting statistics out there that might be wrong, push back on me. Let's do our due diligence. Make me correct so I can make sure that things that I'm putting out there are equally correct. So I want people to push back on the pushback. Please, if you don't, I'm still going to do my part. My job is to make sure that I keep consumers informed. My job is to make sure that I push back on all of these things that we are not accustomed to. We're tolerating the intolerable right now. We have an individual in the White House who is doing the most egregious things ever known to that office. And we have a body, a political faction that is just ignoring it. They're ignoring every piece of what he's doing. They're allowing that to happen. And then we got another body, which is the other side of the spectrum. They're so nervous, they don't know if they're coming or going. And I don't understand. I mean, I understand it and I get it. And I keep saying that to a lot of people that I don't understand, but I understand it. I understand exactly what's going on. We got individuals who have been in positions so long that they're feared of what? Getting primaried? You mean to tell me you're that feckless that you can't go out and find another job because somebody might primary you? I'm disgusted at hearing these types of situations or hearing these things. Republicans won't speak up to rule of law. They will just capitulate and ignore. Democrats won't stand firm. They don't know how to be leaders. And this is what we're tolerating now? I'm saddened by all of it. And I'm not going to sit back and just do nothing. I'm going to push back. I'm going to push back on everything that I do not like or appreciate because it's not part of the norm in which we should be governing or in which we should be living or existing. And too many of us right now, we're not living, we're existing. And that's not a way that the good man upstairs has expected for us to go about our dailies. So we got to do better, folks. We got to do better. The pushback is going to always do its part. I need to bring to the conversation Yonkers Voice. If you're out there, I sent you an email a couple of days ago about me being an opinion writer for you. So I would love to. I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. Appreciate it if you could respond back to my email. That's Yonkers Voice. Please respond back to my email. And whether or not you want me as an opinion writer or not, just a casual thank you for your interest would be more than enough, satisfying. To Neperhan Community Center, Dr. Bostic, I've reached out to you about the NBK and how my business would be able to help facilitate with the process of financial education. I'm a local business and I would love to do our part to help with My Brother's Keeper. And when it comes to giving individuals of color and young men, individuals of color, that extra push in that direction of doing things the right way when it comes to their financial understanding. So those two organizations I really would love to work with. So again, Yonkers Voice, if you hear me, see me, or anybody out there who might be watching, or once this is out in the forum, could you please maybe talk to someone that you may know at Yonkers Voice and say, hey, there's a young man out there who's really looking forward to doing some great things for and expanding your viewership or your publication. And also, if you know of anyone who knows Dr. Bostic or is associated with Neperhan Community Center, I would love to be able to help them out with also that realm of financial understanding, whether it's in the MBK process or if it's outside of the MBK process. But I really want to work within the MBK, and MBK is My Brother's Keepers. So we're doing our piece to make sure that we're keeping with the times and not allowing for any of our youth of color to fall back again. We can't continue to follow this, what some people may call the norm. It's not the norm. This is not normal. It's not normal. 50 years ago, now that I'm 53, 50 years ago, the situations were kind of almost the same. And I don't understand why we are still dealing with the same situations that I was dealing with when I was a youngster. And it's got to change. Now, I'm very grateful to President Obama, the most distinguished, eloquent, forthcoming, upfront, positive individual that ever, at least in my understanding of presidencies, who held that office with the most dignified understanding of why he was the president of the United States. We went from classy to trashy with this new body of dysfunction in the White House. And I'm taken back that our electoral college that was supposed to prevent a Trump allowed a Trump. Now, you can say what you want about Hillary, but still, do you now believe that Trump would or is a better individual in the White House than if Hillary was the president? I'm sure many of you right now are regretting your vote. And if you're not, then you are a forever Trumper. But if you have some regrets, you should clearly be watching what's going on the news right now. Whether you're watching it on Fox, which is one-sided, whether you're watching it on MSNBC, which is, in my opinion, they weigh a little bit both sides, whether you're watching it on CNN, whether you're watching on BBC, wherever you're watching, something is not correct in the manner in which things are going. And we got to do better. Got to do better. So as I said, the Dow is at 27,046.23. And I'm almost certain. How many of you average individuals are investing in the Dow? Probably not that many. You probably have a 401k. You probably have something that a little bit of money is going into, but you're probably always having to pull from it, so it's not really growing. Multi-millionaires, clearly, no matter which direction the Dow goes, they're still winning. Most of our congressional leaders are part of that multi-millionaire category, so they're winning. They're making sure that their pockets are always full. Congress just put out another, I believe it was the Democratic leadership, who put out something around, I'm going to pull it up right now, and it was focusing on a pay raise. A pay raise for Congress. And they're putting, I think it was what is this pay raise for Congress? Yeah, House leaderships want to give pay raise, want to give Congress a pay raise. Congress, you're failing. Why do you guys want more money? You're failing. You're not doing your job. So why do you want more money? And I believe it was a 2-point-something pay increase. Yeah, this increase would be $4,500. That's over 2%. $4,500 starting in January. For what? What have you done? You guys go to Congress. You're about to be on another break. Actually, you're on another break. Tonight was the lead up to the next break. You've been on more breaks than you actually have been working. So why do you need a pay raise? A pay raise for what? According to this, it's to fill a gap that was created back in 2015. But you still aren't doing any work. So why should we give you more money? You're not doing the job. You're failing. Democrats that have been in leadership fail. Republicans, clearly, you are just the saddest part of government ever to have existed thus far. The current Republican Party that is in Congress is the saddest part of government that has ever existed in my 53 years on this planet. Because you're allowing a criminal, a co-conspirator in a criminal investigation to run amok with your party. And all of you are capitulating. You're enablers. You're allowing this moron, this degenerate, this disgusting orange figure of a baboon ape to do what he's doing to your party. And all of you Every single one of you deserve exactly what you're going to get. And that's your constituents making sure that you are out of office. Yes, you're going to lose, and you're going to lose big. Just like you lost the House, you're going to lose the Senate, and you're going to lose the presidency. And then what? Then what? Mitch McConnell is the biggest disaster that ever happened. Lindsey Graham is another big disaster that has ever happened. You talk out of both ends of your pie holes. And you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay for it. You might not pay for it in the manner in which you want or what we deserve or what we think you deserve. So you think I'm going to make you pay. I'm not going to make you pay. I'm just going to talk about you. The United States is not going to make you pay. We're just going to disagree with you. But that man up there, when you get ready to, if you even make it that far, that's who you're going to have to answer to. You don't have to answer to me. I really don't care if you answer to me or if you even address me or if I put questions to you. If you don't even answer them, I don't care. It would be nice because I am a constituent and you are a leader of a party that I have a question to, but it doesn't bother me if you don't answer. Just like I've posed a question to all of my Democratic leadership. You want my vote? I need your ear. Elizabeth Warren, Pete Buttigieg, Sanders, Biden, Warren, Harris, Booker, Klobuchar, that young lady who everybody thinks now is a Russian agent. Can't remember your name right now. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with you not coming to Yonkers or you not picking up the phone and saying, hey, yes, what concerns you? I'm okay with that. I can live with that. But can you live with that? Can you live with the fact that somebody has reached out to you and you won't take 5 minutes to reach back out to them? So you don't deserve my vote then. But I'm still going to do my job, which is pushing back. I'm still going to make sure that you know we are out here. That's what I do. That's what the pushback is all about. It's stepping up to the plate. Even though I may strike out, you never know when I'm going to knock one out the park. Bases loaded, grand slam. And that's what I'm hoping to do with the pushback. I'm hoping to get those bases loaded. I walk up, an unsuspected African-American business owner, walk up to the plate where everybody's looking at, who's this guy? Who's this guy? What is he going to do? And then I swing it, miss it. Oh, swing it, miss it. Oh, 2 strikes. And then all of a sudden, bam, there she goes, out the park. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. I'm not intimidated. I'm not nervous. Clearly, you can see what I'm doing right here is all freehand. I'm talking to you free. There's no tricks up my sleeve. There's no notes in front of me. This is all coming from here, given to me by that man up there. Okay? So we got to get it together, people. We got to get it together, and I'm talking to all of us. But primarily, I'm talking to my folks right here in Yonkers, New York. 200,000+ strong. We got to make it happen here, Yonkers. We got to make it happen. We must be doing more for our communities. And I'm here at home making sure that I can make it happen for Yonkers, New York. I talk a lot about something that I really want everyone to really start thinking more about, and that's called Black Wall Street. If you haven't, if you know nothing about Black Wall Street, I would encourage you, those of you, all of you, to get out your dictionaries, get out your encyclopedias, go on the Google machine, find out what Black Wall Street was all about, because we can reignite Black Wall Street. We can start that in any community, in any community. This is something that we can do right now in any community. It's about taking a stance. It's about making sure that our people understand that this wasn't something that was just omitted from our history books. A lot of individuals in the schools that I go to have no clue what Black Wall Street is. But I can tell you right now, Black Wall Street and the Tulsa Race Massacre of 1921. All right, we had it all, folks. We had it all. It's alarming to think about the things we had to now thinking about the things that we keep craving for. Black Wall Street, people, is real. It was real, and we can bring it back. And I would love to start right here in Yonkers, New York. So I'm a passionate individual. I'm someone who speaks from the heart. I'm someone who speaks from the understandings. As I stated, 28 years, corporate America, Fortune 500 companies, 19 different companies. I've done more things in my short 53, and I'm looking forward to expanding even more on what the good man upstairs has for me to do. I'm back at home because this is what he has asked of me to do. Yes, he, the man, told me, gave me a little bit of change in my pocket and said, oh, you think you're going to be in California? Oh, you think you're going to be in Hawaii? Oh, you think you're going to do what you want to do? That wasn't his plan. He said, I need you back in Yonkers, New York. And he sent me back. So I'm here now. I'm making things happen. I'm not living the dream yet, but I'm close to it. But I am living the dream according to the man who's going to secure my future. And that's only one man. Right up there. That's the only one I answer to. I don't answer to no other person. None. Because I don't have to. I'm the CEO of my business. Yes, as a substitute teacher, I know my responsibility and my role, and I go in there and I execute that flawlessly, day in and day out. Students love me. Teachers appreciate me. Administration clearly adores me. And all I want to do is grow that part. If businesses can't do its piece, then Leverage Credit Recovery will make sure that we do ours. And then all those businesses that can't, then I guess when it's time for me to decide to pick up that mantle of public service yet again, then who knows? Could it be a mayor? Could it be a congressman? Could it be some form of leadership in that regards that's on a state level? I don't know yet. But I know if we're not doing what we should be doing, then there are going to have to be leaders that are going to step up. And I'm definitely one of those leaders who is not afraid to challenge anyone in existence today. I don't have a record to have to fight or to have to promote or put out there. I'm a normal citizen. Everything you need to know about me, you can go to my Facebook page and find out. Everything you need to know about me, you can go to my Instagram page and find out. Everything you need to know about me, you can go to my Twitter page and find out. Everything you need to know about me, you can go to my Leverage Credit Recovery homepage and find out. Everything you need to know about me is already out there. And I got nothing to hide. So anybody want to challenge or want to test me on what I know, please. My number is 805-428-9424. Pick it up. Give me a call anytime. Now, if you call me at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I might not answer. But if you call me anywhere between the hours of 8:30 and maybe 9, 10, 11, you'll get me. You'll get the individual. And we can sit down and hash it out. But I'm here to tell you all now. as individuals in the United States, we have to now start pushing back on all of those things that we are tolerating that we should not be tolerating. I am a huge fan of Bill Maher. Huge. So HBO, anybody else out there who knows of Bill Maher, who knows that Bill Maher is the man and is always doing this thing, please reach out. Bill Maher, I'm asking you. I know you interview a lot of prominent individuals, people who are out there doing their thing. Please, Bill, 2 minutes is all I need. Two minutes. Give me 2 minutes and I'll definitely rock it. Give me a time frame or a spot on your show and I'll definitely knock it out the park. I can go toe-to-toe with any of those pundits that you have up there. I don't have a book deal. I don't have a book. But I am an expert in what it is that I bring to the table. So Bill Maher, if you're out there listening, definitely huge fan of Bill Maher Real Time. Watch it religiously every single Friday with my mom. We are huge fans. John Oliver, another one. Huge fan of John Oliver because he brings it correct all the time. I think the humor platform for political conversation is very important. It's super important because a lot of us aren't really getting our news from those sources that are kind of boring, but we are getting our news from those sources that are very humorous and know how to deliver it. I'm a big fan of MSNBC. Huge fan of MSNBC. My niece at 7 years old will tell you, Uncle Tyrone has 2 channels, MSNBC, HBO. That's it. That's what I watch. MSNBC, HBO. I get my news from MSNBC and I get my comedy from HBO. Yes, do they lean one way or the other? Absolutely. But I'm still a diverse individual. I don't believe everything that's coming out of somebody's mouth, just like I'm asking you not to believe everything that's coming out of my mouth. I Google a lot of stuff. I Internet explore a lot of stuff. I check out a lot of stuff. I make my own decisions, not based on somebody else. And I'll Google it, and I'll Google it, and I'll Internet explore it, and I'll Yahoo it, and I'll make sure I'll Siri it, I'll Alexis it. Doesn't matter. I'll do whatever I need to make sure that whatever it is that I'm taking into my brain and into my heart is literally coming from somewhere that is of substance. And if I'm wrong, I'm the first person to admit it. I have no problem being wrong. But if I'm right, I'm the first person who will fight to the death. So the pushback is here for our citizens. We got to do our part. We got to step it up. I want to give another shout out to another good friend of mine, Jason. Jason is now on his way to starting let me make sure I get this right. He's got an app now that he's putting out there in the public arena that's going to be launched, and it's called OVNIO. OVNIO. Look it up, Google it. I'm giving it to you in the format in which that is. OVNIO. It's Jason Swanson. This young man is really bringing things to the forefront that is going to help all of us. Streaming live, television content, get out there, do your part. The brother's name is Jason Swanson. The app that he's bringing out, which is a television app, is called OVNIO app. This is a channel listing for 2020 is the launch date. Right now, it looks as if there's about 50 channels for the basic service. So again, Jason Swanson, the channel app that he's bringing out is OVNIO. Check it out. OVNIO. I want to give another shout out to another brother who's out there just knocking it out the park, Tyler Perry. He opened up a new studio that, from what I read and understood, it's larger than all of those that are out there currently today. So Tyler Perry, way to handle your business. Oh man, way to handle it. That is impressive. And if you're looking for somebody to do a financial spot, a day-to-day, a half an hour, you let me know, because I am all on board. I think it's brilliant that individuals of color are now stepping up to the forefront and making it happen for other individuals of color. Oprah, you know I got nothing but mad love for you too. So, but all of those names that I just mentioned, you guys can't do it without us. And we, the us, are now pushing back on you to make sure that you don't forget about us. There's brilliance, there's talent, there's a wealth of understanding out there and knowledge, and all it needs to be is tapped. So I'm tapping you to tap back at me so that we can get even more of these young individuals, both men and women, children alike, out there. There's too much, and we're passing it up. We're falling behind because we're not doing the things that we should be doing. The wealth in this country is unbelievable. And this trickle-down economics that everyone is subjected to is sad. And we got to do better. We have no other choice but to do better. So the pushback is here. Again, my name is Tyrone Glover. I'm the CEO of Leverage Credit Recovery. You can find me on Facebook, which eventually at some point, I don't agree with the Facebook platform, so I'm going to be at some point in the distant, probably before 2020, or maybe in the new year, I'm going to be eliminating myself from Facebook. I think their discriminatory practices are really hurting a lot of people out there, and I do not feel that I want to participate any longer with the Facebook platform. So I'm going to be looking for another realm in which I can do this, what I'm doing currently, but it won't be on the Facebook platform. Yeah, whether they have billions or non-billions, it doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Facebook is not a platform that I choose any longer to indulge myself in. I don't agree with what they do, and I sincerely am taken back from the fact that they don't, what's the word I'm looking for, that they don't monitor their content. They allow for fake news to really be put out there. I hate using that term because that's a Donald Trump term of fake news, but unfortunately, Facebook perpetuates that whole cycle. They don't validate or look at the content or at least say, hey, you know what? Nope, we can't put that up. But they will, when it comes to a small business like myself, throw up all kind of roadblocks. So Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, I would do something that would go against my understanding, but you know what I'm talking about. So the middle finger to you and everybody else there at Facebook. Facebook sucks. So that's just me putting to you just like I should be putting it all the time. I push back. And if you don't like the pushback, again, as Bill Maher has said over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, if you don't like something, turn it off. Change the channel. And I got to tell everybody out there in customer service, well, if you don't like your job, quit. Don't make my life a living hell because you don't like what you're doing. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That's got a lot to do with you. And if you like your job, then do your job. Because I like what I do. I love what I do. And I do it exceptionally every single day. And as I stated, if I make a mistake, first person to own up. First person to go to my consumer and apologize. What can I do to make it better? And not only do I make it better, I do not repeat that same mistake. So I'm here to tell you folks, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. It's not up to me. It's not up to you. It's up to us. Individually, we're going to get our attaboys, our pats on the back, our accolades. But that doesn't do anything. If I take one pencil, it's bam, snap, broken. But if I take 50 pencils, that's going to be hard to break. And it's up to us to join together, find those cohesive opportunities and make them work. There's too much out there at stake. We're now looking at impeaching an individual in the White House. We're now looking at possibly impeaching the Attorney General. There is too much going on in this country currently that should not be going on, and too many of us are sitting on the sidelines watching it happen. And I do not and will not participate in that activity. I'm going to push back, push back, push back, push back as hard and as much as I need. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you. It is now 6:58. I'm wrapping it up. I got about 2 more minutes. Again, I always got to give a shout out to those who I always and truly appreciate. As I stated, CYI Hats, always doing its thing. They got great product. It would be great if Yonkers Public Schools could equally get in on that mix. CYY was attempting to find someone that they can talk to about this product. I'm going to be reaching out to also Yonkers Public Schools to see how CYI Hats could also help you guys with making sure that we're using local brands to get our school names on authentic product. We don't need to be spending it on things that are outside of our country or outside of our city. We got a local brand who's been begging for that recognition, and I think it's more than actually, I think it's overdue time that we give CYI Hats the recognition that they need so that they can give these schools the recognition that they need. I'm a big fan. All of my students know that anytime they see Mr. Glover has a CYI. He's always representing Yonkers because I love this city. I love the city in which I was born. I appreciate the city that has given me life and has allowed for me to go out into the world, now make it back into the city in which I was born, and I plan on doing great things for this city. I want to thank everyone who tunes into the pushback. I want to thank you immensely. I'm going to be sending this out also to all of my friends, family, everybody who supports me in the community. And all I can ask for is that you share this information. It's a wealth of knowledge. I know today is also one of those days where it's kind of scary outside because it's Halloween. I want all the little ones, please be safe. Don't go out there and doing crazy stuff. Please make sure that you're in before the curfews. Please make sure that you don't eat any candy before you have mom and dad check it out. Please make sure that you're keeping your little brothers and sisters safe, holding those hands as you're crossing the street. Make sure that we see all of our youth back in school on Friday. Please be safe. Parents, also make sure that you're out there doing the right things, protecting our young ones, and making sure that everybody gets back home in the manner in which they left. I can't thank you enough, Yonkers. I love you. I love you. I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And God willing, I will see you all back again on Tuesday. Thank you so much for giving the pushback a little bit of your time, and I appreciate you. Peace, Yonkers.